Hello, welcome to Healing Heart Journey. My name is Comfort Olanureti Adedupe, your host on mental health matter. Today, we want to talk about a very sensitive issue, should I put it issue, or a topic that is very, very sensitive, and it's born out of a question someone asked me. And the question is, as a pastor's wife, what regrets have you in the past 20 years? What are the challenges and how has it affected my mental health, and how did I overcome it? So we are going to talk about that today. So that's why I said it is highly sensitive, and I'm sure it will help not only pastor's wife, leaders, anyone in the position of leadership, either in the office or anywhere you find yourself leading. You have been facing a lot of challenges, unpleasant issues, situations, one way or the other, and that has affected your mental health. How have you overcome it? So today I'm going to talk to you of my personal encounter as a pastor's wife. Wow. My regrets as a pastor's wife in the last 20 years has been that I did not understand what it takes to be a pastor's wife. When you don't understand something, then I just expose my life, let me just say my life, to a lot of dangers, because I do not know what it, or let me say I did not know what it entails, to be a pastor's wife. And this really blew me badly. It affected me so seriously, and it affected my mental health. So I have so many encounters, but I'm going to cite one or two instances that really hit me hard, and I'm going to tell you how I came out of it. Everything in life, we need to understand how to handle it. One thing about people is that anyone can come as a pastor, as a pastor wife, or a leader somewhere. A lot of people will just want to come, see you as an orange, peel you, squeeze you, whether they use managing machine or they use their mouth to squeeze you. And what do they do to the remnants? They throw it away, they trash it. So most times people around in the environment, the society, the people you are leading, the congregation, they see you as who you are not. They see you, sometimes they see you, this one should be an angel. I should slap this one and she should keep quiet. I should beat this one, she should keep quiet. I should take her for granted and she should keep quiet. So what you are not, they put you in that position. And most of us as pastor's wife or as leaders, we assume this position, and it affects us. It will affect some of us that some commit suicide because of the wrong understanding of who that person should be. No one is an angel. Either you are a pastor's wife, your role is to help, not to be God. And so, but when people come, most times, and do a lot of things to you, you should know how to navigate it so that it won't affect your mental health. You are important to yourself, and you are important to God. You are important to your family. And most times, we allow all these things to affect our mental health, and it will kill our spirit. Our spirit will go so down that even the God we are serving will disconnect one way or the other from God. So I want to tell you 3 instances. One day, I was in my room. Things were so bad. I can't even remember precisely. It's around 20 years or thereabouts, and I was in my room crying, and I was asking my husband questions. What like this? How are we going to come out of this and all that. We've been praying, we've been doing this, we've been doing that, and somebody just came in, knock our door, and the person came in, and I quickly clean my face, wash my face off, and I rushed out to meet her, and she busted out crying too, and she cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I left my own pain and I faced her. So when she left, my husband was like, I thought you were crying inside there, and she came out to cancel somebody, to talk to somebody, you know, and all that. So most times we hide our pain, and when we hide this pain, we have no one to talk to. Sometimes nobody around you will believe you, or you have nobody to talk to, and when you don't have anybody to talk to, you see, it's bouncing, it's killing us mentally. And one of the things that really affected my mental health is the fact that you face a lot of rejection. You were taken to somewhere and a lot of people will reject you. Where is she coming from? Where, you know, you face rejection. If anybody is a leader here, especially spiritual leader, you know, you're a pastor's wife or leader somewhere, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Rejection is very, 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 very paramount to pastor's wife. They will look at you, they will reject you. They will talk, they will come to you and they will say, I don't have time. The way they will treat you, they will look down on you, they will do a lot of, you know, negative things, abusing you verbally. And you know that when you are abused verbally, it affects your mental health, it kills your emotion. And these are the things that we face as pastor's wives. You know, the rejection that I can't be citing instances, but one of the major things we face is rejection. They are rejecting you right there while you are there. They are rejecting you. They are telling you what they don't like about you. They are telling you what you are not doing well. I remember when I gave birth to my last child, you know, I just gave birth and I wasn't coming to church for like 3-4 weeks. And so when I came back, somebody just joined while I was away, and the first question she asked me was, I hope you are like your husband. I hope you are like your husband. I like, because I learned that your husband, the faith, he uses faith, you know, he doesn't take drugs and other. Me, I just gave birth. They have given me several injections, you know, I've taken a lot of medication and all that. And I felt in my spirit, what sort of question is this? And so a lot of people want us to assume, be like our husband. And it's not possible for two people to be the same. My husband is a pastor. I am the pastor's wife. My role is different from the role of my husband. And naturally and in nature, you know, I am different. Fine, we are husband and wife, but we are not from the same background. We have different background, and all of us are learning along the line. So people, congregation, everybody around will just you know, assume that you should be what your husband or your pastor is. They want you to be like him. And to some of us, we try so hard. We try so hard, you know, to cover up and be like somebody else. And in doing this, we are killing our mental health. I am me. We all have different capacity. We all have different ways of doing things. So when they are pushing us as pastor's wife, when they are pushing us and you know, they want us to assume, you know, the position we cannot, you know, do something that God has not given us. Fine, we are all children of God, but God has given me my own grace. God has given me, my husband, his own grace. So we match those graces together and it helps each other. But when people come and they want you to begin to manifest your husband, what your husband is manifesting, then it's killing it's killing us. And in most times we struggle. You just want to cover up, want to be like them. Why do you want to be like them? It's a regret. It's my regret. It's my regret. It's as if I didn't know. If I have been who I am now, if I have the understanding I am having now, I'm sure I would have been a better person, because people were pushing me around. They were pushing pastors, why they would push them around. So one of my regrets is that I didn't understand that I can never be my husband, and people will push you to be who you don't want to. My husband's grace is different from my grace. So I am who I am, and I am working on myself to become what perfection, or what God has, given me or has assigned to me as pastor's wife. So it's a great regret for me, and it affected my health and affected my mental health, both physically and mentally and psychologically. So that's one of my regrets. Another thing that, instance that happened to me is that most times people want you to do what your husband is doing. People want you to do what your husband is doing. They don't know that you only need to help him. And when you want to do what your husband is doing, as I have said earlier, it's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous for your health. And at a time, this affected me. It affected me so much that it is obvious that I had issue. I had issue because, number one, I wasn't really happy. There's no happiness. I wasn't happy. I wasn't even doing the right thing, because you were just pushing me all around. Let me start an instance before I will tell you how it affected me. There is this particular lady in a particular church. We were together, and one of the things that we do that people don't know is that sometimes we will not eat. We will bring our food to people. We will not have clothing. We will pack the ones we have for people. All this we were doing. There's a particular lady, family, very good family. They joined the church, and they were doing well. When they have issue, I will do everything I did sincerely. I didn't forget. I didn't. Sometimes it's not that I did not forgive or I am remembering. I do not have amnesia. So it's not as if you will not remember what has happened to you. The only thing is that you forgive whoever is involved. So I remember clearly what happened. They joined the church, and they were coming, and at a particular time they had issue, and when they had issue, we were like, help them, and I did everything God has given me, to do to assist them. All of a sudden, I found out that they were no longer coming to church, and I went there. I tried everything, and they were like, they have gone to another church. I was like, why would they go to another church with everything I have done? I will even kneel down to greet them. You can imagine. I will kneel down. You want to respect, you want to be humble. You just want to do everything. You want to be meek. Even when they are talking to you, you are not answering. All those things. I said, with all these things that we have done, why would they go to another church? Oh, it took me a long time. I will begin to meditate and be thinking that what did I do wrong, or what did anybody around me, did anything we did wrong, and all that. I couldn't pin it down, and this weighed me down. That what else would I have done to really satisfy these people? I never knew that everybody is not meant for. It's not everybody that comes to the church that are meant to stay. That's why it's my regret. It's my regret. And while I was, thinking seriously about this, I had a dream. And you know that in my dream, I saw that I carried a car. I put the car on my head. Thank God for the Holy Spirit that told me, that showed me that why am I doing God's work? So I carried car in that dream, and I was moving towards a church. And when I got to the church, I met this family in my dream. I met them. I was like, so you people are here, and they were doing well. The way they were doing, we know that they have grown spiritually. Why me? I am in that position of thinking, what did I do wrong to these people? Pastors' wives, it's not everybody that enter your church that must stay. Some people will have to go. If you have done your best, let them go. So it's like God was asking me, why are you carrying God's work? You are carrying vehicle on your head, and I was like a tiny thing under the vehicle, and I was almost dying. And from that day, I dropped it. Whether if you come, I will do my best. I will greet you, be humble, do whatever I can do. If you want to go, that means we are not meant for that church. We are not supposed to kill ourselves. We are supposed to do what God has given us to do as pastor's wife. And, you know, leave the rest to God. Put the rest on God, not on yourself. And you see that a lot of us has, at 40, all our hair are gray. Because we are doing God's work. We don't have the understanding that we should do our best and leave the rest. And it affected me so badly. Am I supposed to be shouting as pastor's wife? And I started, every symptoms of mental issue became obvious in my character. Even though I would be hiding it when I'm outside in the church, but when I get home, my family, it bounce back on my family, my children, my husband, because I didn't have the understanding of what I should do as a pastor's wife, not to allow God's work to affect my mental health, or not to allow any work to affect our mental health. I became so hostile, the level of aggression I was displaying was hot. I would be shouting on top of my voices. I did all this to my family, and they didn't know, because I was manifesting this because I have mental issue already. I have put so much thing on my head. I expected, you know, people to do what I am doing, to accept what I am doing, to accept me. And though when I face regret, I face, you know, abandonment, nobody wants to hear you, is talking, is he not the pastor wife? I'm begging, go and sit down somewhere. But I put this thing, and I manifested so much symptoms of mental health. And then I wasn't a mental health therapist, so I didn't know what it takes. But I was just manifesting symptoms of mental issue: shouting, yelling, aggression, hostility, mood swing. You are happy now, in the next 2 minutes, you know, loss of appetite, and so on and so forth. And the major thing that now happened was that I just found out that my hair started peeling off at a particular time. The center of my hair started peeling. I was like, what happened? And those are the symptoms of chronic stress, mental stress. Started peeling. And do you know that nobody will be there for you if you decide not to be there for yourself? If anything happened to you as a pastor's wife, you are on your own. So most times I will employ us. That's the effect. That's the effect. But let me tell you one instance more before I will tell you 1 or 2 things that you will do. And while I was manifesting, that's God for you anyways. While I was manifesting this kind of my mental health issue, because I had mental health issue, and it was obvious. It was obvious, because if I shout, if I yell, if I aggressive character, hostility of the highest order, and to crown it, my hair started peeling off. In the middle of this, one morning, I was doing school run for my children. They were small, and somebody just rushed in to our house. I said, Mommy, come on. I dreamt today. I dreamt that I've been praying for a job, and I dreamt that you prayed for me in my dream. You were supposed to pray for me yesterday when you were doing a Bible study in the church, but I missed it. So, and the Holy Spirit said I should come to you now so that you will pray the prayer for me. I said, repeat yourself. I said, how did you meet me? You met me shouting. I was shouting on the children because that has been my character then. Because I had mental issue already. I have carried what I'm not supposed to carry. I've choked my mental health. I've choked myself. I said, they do not meet me shouting now. I said, which prayer will I pray in this kind of atmosphere that God will answer? I said, I beg, go back. Go back. Leave me alone. I am, in fact, I told him, one thing about me is I don't pretend. So I told him, I said, you met me in this kind of, so don't bother. Your prayer, I don't think God can answer such prayer. He said, Ma, God said I should come to you, that you should pray for me. I said, my brother, go back. I hope the person will be watching this. I said, my brother, go back home and pray well. But he waited. So I finished with the school run and I prayed. I didn't even pray. I just said, God, this your son said, you said he should come to me, oh, that I should pray for him. Oh Lord, you know you are God, oh, and you know whatever you want to do for him. Please, God, do whatever you want to do for him. In Jesus' name I pray. And that was all I said. And he left. And that week he got a job. He did not get just an ordinary job. They gave him a car and and every other thing to support the job. Why am I saying this? God is awesome. He sees us. He sees us. I'm sorry I have to take it to religion. He says, when trouble comes, Jehovah sees, Jehovah knows. Why are you carrying what does not belong to you? Don't allow anybody to kill you. May I shock you? If you allow anybody to push you around because you are pastor's wife, you are leader somewhere, they push you around, they give you mental issue, you will not see anybody. So we need to know that our mental health is important. And we need to know that we should not carry what does not belong to us. Do what you can do. Do what you can do. And after you have done your best, put the rest on God. He will do it. Do your spiritual activities in your capacity. Don't copy anybody. Don't say somebody has just finished 40 days fasting and prayer. And me too, I am a pastor's wife. I need to do that. So let me conclude today by just bringing out what I have said. How do you navigate this challenge or challenges? When you see that you have, it's overwhelming. I said earlier that number one, don't put yourself in the position of God. You are not God. Do your best and put the rest on God. Another thing you need to do is to put boundary between your home, your ministry, or your job. Don't mix them together. Let there be time for the work of the ministry, and let there be time for your home, and let there be time for yourself. What we do is that we don't have time for ourselves. We just put all the time probably for the ministry and for the job. We have forgotten our home. We have forgotten that we need to, be able to match this to achieve success in life. Wherever or whenever you are unable to do this, the person is a failure already. Because you should be able to merge your ministry or your job with your home or whatever you are doing. So please put boundary. Let there be boundary in whatever you are doing. And if you are not good, you cannot be good at the beginning or from the beginning. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. I really worked on myself, and I am still doing. I am still working on myself and make sure that I am not in the same position I was 20 years ago. I wasn't a mental health therapist when this happened to me, but today I am a mental health therapist, and I'm able to, tell you my challenges and how I navigated, how I came out of it, how I, remove those challenges, and I am able to, overcome. So please work on yourself. Do what is necessary for you, and make sure that you take care of yourself. Let there be resting time for you, and don't allow anything to hit your heart. When anybody offends you, forgive them, leave them, drop them, because most things they do to you in the church, those people do not know that they are hitting you hard, and so you are the one taking the pain. If you take the pain into your heart, it will affect you physically and mentally, and it is dangerous for your health. It's dangerous for your spiritual life. So drop whatever anyone has done to you and move on, move forward. Commit everything into God's hands. It can help you. So don't ever allow unforgiveness, to overwhelm you to the extent that it will now abound to pain and drill your heart to give you any physical sickness. Drop them. Look unto God. He's the one that has given you that assignment. He will help you. Whatever anybody, around, whatever happened, whatever they have done to you, drop it and face. Which one is better? To face forward or to turn back, to begin to relay things that they have done to you in the past I will advise you that you face forward, move forward. You will get there and you will be better. Don't allow anything to kill you mentally. Don't allow anything to kill you mentally and physically. My regret is what I have shared with you, and I came out of it. Look at how it hit me hard, you know, to the extent that I began to have mental health issues, and I manifested it, and it affected my family. If not for God, only God knows what would have happened. Remember, you have life, and that life is important to you, it's important to God, and it's important to your family. So please, if this has benefited you in any way, please share with somebody. Let them know what to do as a leader, as pastor's wife, you know, not to allow things to bother them or to give them mental issue. Please like, please share, please comment. Your comment is our feedback. We are working on ourselves, and we hope to be better one day, or to be best one day. Thank you for watching. God bless you. In our next video, we'll be talking on how forgiveness can help you maintain good mental health. We call it forgiveness therapy. Take care of yourself, be happy, and make others happy. Thank you.